Two of those persons were arrested in the vicinity of the crime scene, one of whom is a bank employee. Additionally, investigators arrested two individuals, one of whom is a member of the Guyana Police Force, police constable, and we also have a rural constable in custody. Then last evening, based on information emanating from interviews conducted with the suspects, we arrested another bank employee, and the information that was filtered to me so far is that he was the individual whose task was to provide information to the suspects as to when the course is clear and when the opportunity presents itself for them to come and execute their plan. However, that individual had a change of heart and no communication was filtered from him to the suspects, and that would have also contributed to the delay in them executing the plan and also to them not achieving their objective.
And though the force's efforts have been to eradicate, in a sense, this rogue element from it, we still have persons who remain there. It's going to be a difficult thing, always going to be a difficult thing to know that your police force still have an element or two that are doing the very rotten things of associating with masterminds for bank robberies. But we have to work on it. It's always going to be a work in progress because the human mind, you know, just like the intellectual author, the fellow who went China and all of that and managed to try at least to pull this thing off. So it comes as disappointing news, but it also makes me feel that we have to enhance efforts. It will begin at, I suppose, at the recruiting stage. It will begin at the community stage too, because it's from the community that we get policemen to come into the force. And value systems have to be changed. Parenting. It's a huge, complex social thing that will have to be done. It is not that, you know, because the police force is but a microcosm of your society.
But it's certainly undesirable. The force has geared itself for many years, maybe throughout its existence, to deal with unprofessional behavior. That is, for that reason, we have residential training for recruits, so you change attitudes and so on. Our own system of surveillance, that disciplinary system that runs right down to first-line supervision, right down to management. And a lot of training in rules and behavior and so on is done. However, as Minister said, it's a human condition. What is the reason that a man who has every foundation for a big, bright future go in and take those risks that they took there? Similarly, with these ranks, they are both junior ranks. One of them, I think, from the regular force has about 3 years or less than 3 years service. And it's a scenario presented to them and that looks good. And therefore they take the chance. And certainly there was no experience in that. What about the what ifs? And so the thinking there is something that looked bright and easy. And they went for it. We do a lot of training to resist those temptations and all other temptations. But unprofessional behavior is something that we treat with from the top to the bottom of the organization.